Coming up, it's Acton-Boxborough Regional High School taking on St. John's Prep. That's next on High School Quiz Show. Hi, everybody. Welcome to High School Quiz Show. I'm Joe Hanson, your host. Today's match features past champion Acton-Boxborough taking on High School Quiz Show newcomers St. John's Prep from Danvers. As always, we start with a toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points. There are no point deductions for wrong answers. And players, you may confer. So teams, if you're ready, here we go. Sunburns are caused by what type of radiation emitted from the sun? Zaid.
UV.
Ultraviolet light is correct. Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain, could fit inside what trench that's the deepest part of the ocean? Aiden.
Mariana.
Correct. In 2024, tennis skirts surged in popularity thanks to what tennis-themed movie starring Zendaya? Ryan.
Challengers.
Challengers is right. Because it's highly durable and resistant to corrosion, what metallic element was used by ancient Romans to make plumbing even though they knew it was toxic? Eric.
Lead.
Lead is right. Plumbum. For our next question, take a look at your monitors. A major patron of the arts during the Enlightenment, what influential French aristocrat, seen here, lived at Versailles and was an official mistress of Louis XV? Nathaniel. St. John's, you have the opportunity. Arav?
Queen Charlotte.
No, we're looking for Madame de Pompadour. Located along the boundary between Asia and Europe, what salty inland sea is technically the world's largest lake by surface area? Nathaniel?
Caspian Sea.
The Caspian Sea is right. In 2024, Ukraine's security services said they had foiled a Russian plot to assassinate what Ukrainian president? Aiden.
Volodymyr Zelensky.
Correct. George Washington left the American mainland only once in his lifetime. In 1751, at age 19, he spent 6 weeks in Barbados, where he contracted what viral disease that left his face scarred? Nathaniel.
Smallpox.
Smallpox is right. Percival Everett won the National Book Award for fiction. For what novel that's a reimagining of the adventures of Huckleberry Finn told from the enslaved Jim's point of view? Nathaniel.
The Darker Brother.
No. St. John's, you have an opportunity here. We are looking for James. Great book. Put it on your list. For our next question, take a look at your monitors. We have a special video guest.
Hello, I'm Javier Reyes, Chancellor of UMass Amherst, and here's my question. One of the first home improvement shows produced for television, what long-running PBS series featured UMass Amherst alum Norm Abram as master carpenter and woodworker?
Nathaniel.
This Old House.
This Old House is right. In Egyptian mythology, what falcon-headed god of the sky was the only child of Isis and Osiris? Arav.
Horus.
Horus is right. Which country was once known as the Dutch East Indies? Indonesia, Vietnam, or Aruba? Nathaniel.
Indonesia.
Indonesia is right. In his 1957 Give Us the Ballot speech, what civil rights leader discussed the sacred right to vote and the power it holds to elect leaders, protect freedoms, and shape public policy? Nathaniel.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Correct. In 2024, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore was struck by a cargo ship and immediately collapsed into what river? Nathaniel.
Potomac.
No. St. John's, you have an opportunity here. Hayden.
Baltimore River.
No, we're looking for the Patapsco River. The vampire myth has appeared over the centuries in almost every culture. It's an expression of the collective unconscious, an idea formulated by what Swiss psychologist? Nathaniel.
Jung.
Carl Jung is right. We're off to a hot start here, but we're going to take a moment now to thank the folks who make this show possible. Major funding for High School Quiz Show is provided by Safety Insurance.
Boston traffic is the worst.
Safety Insurance offers auto insurance policies designed to help for when the worst happens. You can ask an independent agent about safety insurance. Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Additional funding is provided by the Museum of Science, Massachusetts Teachers Association, Xfinity Mobile, UMass Amherst, and Subaru of New England. All right, welcome back. The score is Acton-Boxborough with 90 points, St. John's Prep with 30 points. Let's get back to the game. In June 2024, what Summertime Sadness Singers sold-out concert at Fenway Park was delayed 2 hours due to severe thunderstorms? Eric.
Lana Del Rey.
Correct. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. What Shakespeare character says this about his mother's hasty remarriage? Ryan.
Hamlet.
Hamlet is right. Which country leads the world in total number of people incarcerated with approximately 1.8 million prisoners nationwide? The United States, Brazil, or Russia? Ryan.
The United States.
The United States. In 2024, the LA Dodgers fired Ippei Mizuhara following allegations of illegal gambling and theft. He was the interpreter for what Japanese baseball star? Aiden.
Shohei Ohtani.
Correct. Published in 2 parts in 1808 and 1832, what well-known play by the German poet Goethe is about a magician who makes a pact with the devil? Nathaniel.
Faust.
Faust is right. What 3-word Latin phrase means an unwelcome person? Nathaniel.
Persona non grata.
That's correct. Rising out of the Bronx in the late 1970s, what competitive form of dance made its Olympic debut at the Paris 2024 Games? Ryan.
Breakdancing.
Breaking or breakdancing, that is correct. What Pulitzer and Tony-winning musical by Michael R. Jackson is about Usher, a gay black writer who's writing a musical about a gay black writer who's writing a musical about a gay black writer? Nathaniel.
The Poet X.
No. St. John's, you have an opportunity here. Called A Strange Loop. That is a very strange loop. What is the largest ethnic minority in Turkey, accounting for roughly 20% of the Turkish population? Kurds, Roma, or Armenians? Nathaniel.
The Kurds.
Kurds is right. On July 20th, 1969, who said, "Houston, tranquility base here, the Eagle has landed"? Nathaniel.
Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong is right. What 1936 children's story by Munro Leaf is about a gentle bull in Spain who prefers smelling flowers to bullfighting? Aiden.
Ferdinand the Bull.
That is right. In 2023, what Massachusetts Democrat became the first U.S. Senator to voluntarily recognize a union formed by his staff? Ryan.
Ed Markey.
Ed Markey is correct. The Mau Mau Rebellion of the 1950s was a significant turning point in what African country's path to independence from British rule? Ryan.
Kenya.
Kenya is right. It took 4 years and nearly 400 artists to make what 2008 animated film set in ancient China and starring Jack Black as a martial arts wannabe? Aiden.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda is right. The disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 continues to baffle investigators. On March 8, 2014, the Boeing 777 dropped off radar screens shortly after leaving what Malaysian capital? Ryan.
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur is correct. That is the end of the round. The score is Acton-Boxborough in the lead with 200 points, St. John's Prep with 60 points. Let's hear it for both teams. Last week, Hopkinton beat Mansfield to advance to the quarterfinals. In today's match, St. John's Prep and Acton-Boxborough are both hoping to advance. The head-to-head round is next, but first, we're going to take a minute to get to know our players. Acton-Boxborough, we'll start with you. Zaid, I hear you built your own computer. You know they have people that will do that for you. You don't have to do it yourself. What'd you build it for?
I just built it because I love playing video games. I'm a big fan, and I kind of just wanted to build something of my own.
Did you need to get it to, the right specs, supercharged level?
Took a lot of time.
Yeah. What kind of games do you play?
I like playing Minecraft, a bit of Valorant, stuff like that.
You got any cool LEDs? Did you go for a little
I
designer?
do. I have my fans are LEDs, yeah.
Now you just need the chair, maybe a little drink fridge, and you're set, right?
Yeah.
Nathaniel, you like bird watching.
Love it.
Any really great sightings you've gotten lately?
No, wintertime's not so good for birds. You could go out and see ducks.
So what's on your list if you could pick a place or a bird that you really want to check off?
Cape May, New Jersey, in the middle of the spring migration. You get all sorts of warblers there.
That would be really cool. Ryan, you fed a kangaroo once.
Yep, yeah.
First question, did you have permission?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was at a park.
So is it kind of like feeding a dog, or is it kind of a different experience?
It's pretty similar, actually. They don't bite. They're very, as long as you don't do anything bad to them, they're going to be really nice to you, and they're really friendly.
That's a really good lesson to take into any part of your life, not just kangaroo feeding. So remember that one. Eric, you enjoy listening to a wide range of music. Is there any music that you don't like listening to?
I've never been super into music from before the 60s. I've never been super into jazz, but I'm looking to change that.
So any favorite genres that have jumped out that you didn't expect you'd be into?
I love listening to American contemporary folk music.
Sounds old and new, kind of timeless stuff. I like it. Also on the Acton-Boxborough team, we have alternates Sid and Siddharth and coach Peter Montalbano. All right, moving on to St. John's Prep. Aiden, you've hiked all 48 4,000+ foot mountains in New Hampshire. So did you do that yesterday? Or
Nah, I did those. I actually completed them all years ago. I did all of them with my dad. It was a really great experience.
Any harrowing experiences up there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was up, Mount Adams is a great one. You got to hike over the boulders and go around them in these little caves underneath.
No stare downs with a moose or anything like that?
Actually, I did once.
Okay. Who won?
The moose did.
Okay, I think the moose always wins. Arav, you have written and published not one, but 2 books.
Yeah, so in 4th grade, during the COVID-19 pandemic, I got kind of bored. So I decided, why not just make a diary? But that turned into a kind of realistic fiction book and became a published book.
Have you got a publisher? How are the sales going? Have your friends read it?
Yeah, a couple of my friends, teachers, family members.
Do you have a favorite author? Anybody who really inspired you on writing books?
The Diary of a Wimpy Kid series by Jeff Kinney inspired me quite a bit.
You know, Jeff Kinney is a friend of the show, so that's pretty fitting. Carter, you own a collection of golf clubs from the early 1900s. Is that something that's just for show, or do you bring them out and actually play with them?
Well, those ones are a little bit old. They're wooden, so I think if I took one shot, they'd probably snap. But I've been playing golf for about 4 years now. I absolutely love it. Just my way to find peace, just taking it one day, one shot at a time.
So where do you find stuff like that when you need to find old golf clubs?
Thrift shops and also the woods. When people get angry, they tend to throw their clubs in the woods. So.
Well, good luck, and watch out for the ducks. Josh, you hope to be multilingual. What are the languages that you'd like to check off your list?
Well, obviously English.
How's it going on that one?
And then currently taking Spanish.
Are there any secrets for people who want to learn a lot of languages?
Probably say just try to immerse yourself in the culture and maybe start watching any movies in that particular language or listening to songs in that language.
I thought you were going to say take more vacations to Mexico. Filling out the St. John's team, we have alternates Tucker and Aiden and Coach Victoria Gans. It's time for the head-to-head round. In this round, correct answers add 10 points to the team total, and wrong answers result in a 10-point deduction. All right, the clock is set at 90 seconds. Why don't we kick it off with a handshake? All right. Ready? Here we go. Champagne and Burgundy are regions of what country?
France?
Yes. It's Not Easy Being Green is the signature song of which Muppets character?
Kermit.
Yes. The 7 wonders of the ancient world include the Hanging Gardens of what city?
Babylon?
Yes. The word nevermore is repeated 11 times in what poem by Edgar Allan Poe?
The Raven.
Yes. An atom has a neutral charge if the number of protons equals the number of what?
Electrons.
Yes. What king of the Franks was crowned the first?
Charlemagne.
Yes. Reggae music originated in the 1960s in what Caribbean country?
Jamaica?
Yes. What maiden name is shared by Jackie Kennedy and the fictional Marge Simpson? Bouvier. The U.S. Treasury plans to release a new $20 bill featuring what abolitionist?
Harry Tubman.
Yes. Sodium bicarbonate is another name for what?
Baking soda.
Yes. What British admiral was responsible for the victory at Trafalgar?
Nelson.
Yes. What famous portrait is known as La Gioconda? The Mona Lisa. What U.S. state is home to Monticello?
Virginia.
That is correct. What London museum is involved in an ongoing controversy over its...
British.
The British Museum is right. In 1766, what British scientist recognized hydrogen as an element which he called inflammable air? Cavendish. What city was once called Peking?
Beijing.
Beijing is correct. That is the end of the round. Let's take a look at the scores. Acton-Boxborough has 290. St. John's Prep has 100 points. Let's give it up for both of those teams. All right, teams, it's time for the category round. Today's categories are Dreamweaver, Planet of the Apes, Dress Code, Spelling Bee, Star Power, and Pure Imagination. All categories have 5 questions with increasing point value. Teams will choose 2 5-question categories each and have the option to toss 1 question per category to the other team that the other team must answer. Players, you are able to confer. Acton-Boxborough, who's your spokesperson? Okay, Zaid and St. John's, Arav. All right, St. John's, you're trailing. First category goes to you.
We're going to go with Star Power.
Star Power. Questions in this category are about stars in the night sky. For 10 points. Stars are basically giant balls of gas, mostly made of hydrogen and what other chemical element?
Oxygen.
No, helium is the answer. For 15 points. Latin for cloud. What huge cloud of dust and gas is known as the birthplace of stars?
Nebula.
Nebula is right. For 20 points. Castor and Pollux are the brightest stars in what constellation known as the Twins?
Pass.
Looking for Gemini. For 25 points in Star Power, commonly called the North Star or the Pole Star, what bright star is at the end of the handle of the Little Dipper?
Polaris.
Polaris is right. For 30 points. Discovered in 1915, what red dwarf that's part of the Alpha Centauri triple star system is the closest star to the sun?
Proxima Centauri.
That is correct. Acton-Boxborough, your category.
Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes, please.
Planet of the Apes. These are questions about primates. For 10 points. All great apes are native to Africa except for orangutans, which are native to what continent?
Asia.
Asia is correct. For 15 points, in 1960, what English primatologist was the first to observe that chimpanzees use sticks as tools, behavior previously thought to be unique to humans?
Goodall.
Jane Goodall is correct. For 20 points, blue eyes are rare in the wild as they offer less sun protection compared to darker color eyes. The only primates with blue eyes are humans, spider monkeys, and what animal endemic to Madagascar?
Lemur.
Lemur is correct. For 25 points in Planet of the Apes, along with the chimpanzee, what species of ape is genetically the closest living relative to humans?
Bonobo.
Yes, bonobo. That is correct. And for 30 points, in the 1970s, animal psychologist Dr. Penny Patterson taught a modified form of sign language to a gorilla named what?
Coco.
Coco is correct. St. John's, your next category.
Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver. These are questions about dreams. For 10 points. In The Interpretation of Dreams, what founder of psychoanalysis theorized that all dreams are forms of wish fulfillment or an attempt to work out unresolved issues from one's past?
Sigmund Freud.
That is correct. For 15 points, the Beatles' Yesterday is one of the most recorded songs in history. Who wrote it in 1963 after hearing the complete melody in a dream?
Pass.
Paul McCartney. For 20 points, in the 1999 film The Matrix, Neo takes what color pill to wake up?
Red.
The red pill is right. For 25 points in Dreamweaver, the most vivid and elaborate dreams occur during a sleep stage called REM, an acronym that stands for what?
Rapid eye movement.
Correct. For 30 points, we are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. A magician named Prospero says this in what Shakespeare play set on a remote island?
The Tempest.
The Tempest is right. Acton-Boxborough, your category.
We'll take pure imagination.
Pure imagination. These are questions about fictional substances. For 10 points. In the film Black Panther, T'Challa wears a suit made of what fictional metal that's nearly indestructible?
Vibranium.
That is correct. For 15 points, also called mélange, what fictional psychedelic drug is a valuable commodity in the Dune novels?
Spice.
Spice is correct. For 20 points, often paired with a drink called nectar, what magical food of the Greek gods was said to bestow immortality to all who ate it?
Ambrosia. Ambrosia.
Ambrosia is right. For 25 points in pure imagination, in the fictional world of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back ends with a dramatic cliffhanger with Han Solo frozen in what substance?
Carbonite.
Carbonite is right. For 30 points, in the dystopian novel Brave New World, the state controls society with what fictional drug?
We're gonna pass.
We're looking for Soma. That is the end of the category round. The score is Acton-Boxborough with 460 points. St. John's Prep has 245 points. Let's hear it for both teams. Okay, we're heading into our final round of play, the lightning round. Correct answers add 20 points to the team total, and there is a 20-point deduction for incorrect answers. Clock is set. Here we go. England's King Henry VIII had how many wives? Nathaniel.
6.
6 is right. Which U.S. state is nicknamed the Bluegrass State? Nathaniel.
Kentucky.
Yes. The Pact of Steel was an alliance signed in 1939 between Adolf Hitler and what Italian? Aiden.
Mussolini.
Yes. What number is expressed by the Roman numeral XL? Nathaniel.
40.
Yes. Furiosa is the latest installment in what action? Arav?
Mad Max.
Yes. California's Death Valley is located in what desert? Nathaniel.
Mojave.
Yes. A supporting act on Taylor Swift's Eras tour. What singer is best known for her hit song Espresso? Arav.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes. In taxonomy, what major category lies between phylum and order? Nathaniel.
Class.
Yes. What Martin Scorsese film is based on the true crime bestseller? Nathaniel.
Goodfellas.
Yes. Dollywood, Dolly Parton's theme park, is the most popular ticketed attraction in which U.S. state? Arav.
Tennessee.
Yes. What author of Thomas and Beulah was the first African American to serve as U.S. Poet Laureate? Ryan.
Amanda Gorman.
No, Rita Dove. Green Bay defeated Kansas City in Super Bowl I, which took place during what decade? Arav.
The 1960s.
Yes. What country is home to Mount Toubkal, the highest point in the Atlas Mountains? Nathaniel.
Morocco.
Yes, Morocco. Who wrote the epic poem The Divine Comedy after being Arav.
Dante.
Dante is right. After the fall of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, what city became the capital of independent Czechoslovakia? Arav.
Prague.
Yes. And the winning team this week is Acton-Boxborough with a final score of 580 points. St. John's Prep finishes with 385 points. Congratulations to both of our teams for a great game. Acton-Boxborough now moves on to the quarterfinals. Join us next week for the match between North Quincy High School and St. John's High School in Shrewsbury. That's going to be a good one right here on High School Quiz Show.